Sometimes an idea can feel like absolute wizardry and remind you that there are things that can truly only be done in video games. Viewfinder is one of those games, making you gasp in disbelief when you first see its mechanics in action, then taking you through a tour of puzzling scenarios that allow you to think playfully to accomplish your goals. At the core of Viewfinder's gameplay is the ability to take a 2D image, hold it out in front of you, and then place it into the world to create a whole new slice of explorable 3D space. At first, the concept is introduced through a series of photographs lying around that you can use to build bridges, enter new rooms, and access various devices. You can rotate photos to turn ceilings into floors, place a photo above you to have an item fall out of the sky, or set something below you to catch your fall. And since any photo you position replaces the objects that were there, you can even punch holes through walls or accidentally destroy things if you aren't paying close enough attention. There are even fun ways to mix it up, like sketches, paintings, and game screens that come to life and allow you to explore dramatically different visual styles. That's impressive enough on its own, but before long, Viewfinder actually gives you your own camera, allowing you to take photos of anything you see and place them anywhere you want. So if you see a long walkway someplace, you can take a photo of it, then place that walkway somewhere else to use it as a bridge. If you need 2 batteries to open a teleporter, just snap a picture of the one in front of you to make a copy.
It's alive! It's alive!
While this can easily allow you to break things in a variety of ways, Viewfinder has 2 key tools that prevent this from becoming a problem. First of all, you can rewind at any time, and double tapping the rewind button serves as an undo that pops you instantly back to the last photo you snapped or placed. Secondly, your camera is limited to a set amount of film in each level, so you can't just endlessly take photo after photo. The balance of these 2 aspects allows you to freely experiment, but still pushes you to figure out a solution, since you have to carefully consider how things are positioned and what you can accomplish in the number of shots at your disposal.
Whoa, this place definitely feels different than what we've seen so far.
You progress through Viewfinder via a series of teleporters. Sometimes you merely have to figure out how to get to a teleporter to complete a level. Other times, you need to collect batteries or interact with various types of switches to power up a teleporter before you can leave. Not every puzzle has distinctly alternate solutions, but the broad nature of being able to use whatever you want, however you want, prevents the game from feeling like an answer is simply right or wrong. One thing that takes time to learn is judging distance from different perspectives, figuring out how to position your 2D photo in a way that the 3D result will appear where you expect it to. However, it's this ambiguity that allows even replays through the same level to feel a bit different every time. Shortcuts are encouraged, and there are all sorts of extra things to play with, like Tetris blocks that you can drop out of the sky, or robo-vacuums that you can turn into an army of clones. One thing that Viewfinder does remarkably well is that it keeps things simple while consistently adding new mechanics to chew on. Every few levels, you're introduced to some new idea or unexpected limitation with several iterations to expand on that idea and mix it together with other things you've already learned. The solutions you need to work out don't veer into frustrating affairs with convoluted series of steps either. When we actually did find ourselves stumped on some puzzles for a few minutes, the solutions that eventually came to us seemed so obvious that we felt like idiots in hindsight. Once you've completed a set of levels, you'll find yourself back in one of several hub worlds with a series of teleporters leading to more levels, as well as optional challenges. These connecting areas aren't very large, but they each reflect the different characters they're associated with, and have their own sets of collectibles to unlock, including a group of rubber duckies. Additionally, as you complete more levels, you also unlock various camera filters, allowing you to customize the visual style of the photos you lay down. Speaking of characters, Viewfinder's story largely leaves it up to you to determine how much you want to engage with it. Most of the dialogue is delivered through record players and journals scattered throughout the levels that you can simply choose not to interact with if you don't want to. However, you do hear periodically from a friend monitoring your progress through this virtual world, and you soon meet the lovable record keeper from the simulation in the form of a pudgy cat named Kate. Unfortunately, the story does suffer somewhat from a sense of tonal disconnect. Your characters in the present, as well as those you learn about from the past, are all dealing with dire, desperate circumstances. Meanwhile, the game world, with its cute knickknacks and soothing jazz, all seem to be communicating a cozy, laid-back atmosphere, decorated with chairs that invite you to sit down and take it easy. The overall reasons for why your character's here seem to have little connection with what you're doing moment to moment. A stronger story may have elevated Viewfinder more, but that does little to detract from the mind-bending mechanics of its puzzles and the smooth construction of its design. Viewfinder strikes an excellent balance between providing puzzles with intentional, satisfying solutions, while also giving players freedom to experiment and come up with their own ideas. Plus, once you've finished, it's a joy to then watch someone else discover its wild and inventive mechanics. Final score, 8.5 out of 10. Thanks for watching our review. We're Easy Allies. We've been writing about games for decades, and we also do podcasts, streams, shows, and more, all funded by regular viewers just like you. Head to patreon.com/easyallies to pitch in and get rewards. And be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell to stay connected on YouTube. See you soon.